So this secondary, this one is also yours, sir?
My sister, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no. Me. I'm only joined. My sister didn't join yet.
just she requested, I think so.
Okay, yeah. If she requested, yes. She joined, sir. Tejasri is my sister.
Okay. She's from India.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now, last time, so just we had a discussion with the introduction of the course, right? What we are going to discuss, that we had a discussion, right? So now today we will concentrate more on this, like how this became an open source and how this is started. First we'll see theoretically, then we'll enter into, already I conveyed like last time. So there are a couple of 2 to 3 sessions. It will be the theoretical, then it will be the programmatical. So first today we will concentrate on a uh, history. So how this Android has started, like what things it will be done here, that we will see here. So this R&D has started on in the year 2003. So like how it has started, that is normally like very interesting. So because who invented this, basically he was a Java developer, like a person named called Andrew Rubin. So he was a Java developer. So Java developer. But on what happened? One day he went to one shop to buy one camera. So there in that shop, he seen two cameras. One is the normal camera and the other one is the digital camera. So then by seeing those cameras, he surprised. Why? The price because of the price is surprised, means like normal camera has very less price, digital camera has more price. Then he compared both. Why like this, means he observed many things, then finally he concluded that, so there is a one, only one difference, that is digital camera has one matured software and normal camera does not have that. He identified that, anyhow he bought that one. Then after he reach home, his brain is thinking on that camera software only. So just he thought that, why can't I create a software for this digital camera? So his brain went on that direction. Then he started R&D. But Android R&D he is not possible with a single person, right? So he started one company called Android Inc. The company name called Android Inc. Then 3 members of his friends also joined with him to do that R&D work. So then started they started doing this activities. So like from 2003 to 2005, they 4 members, like including Andre Rubin, all are the left the jobs and they completely spending the time on this R&D in 2 years, like completely spent from 2003 to 2005. In the 2005, they got some solution, means if we can go in this way, definitely there is a possibility we can create whatever their expectations, that whatever they got, so they can get that software. But to get that software, it's not possible with these 4 persons. They need a team. But if they want a team, they want money as well, right? They need some amount also. So they struck with the funds. Because from the past 2 years, the team members who are working on this, they're completely spending the time here. They are not doing the jobs. As of now, whatever they have amount, the complete amount they spent on this R&D as well as their home expenditure, completely that they have no money right away. Means in the 2005. Then they are not stopped their work. They are continuously working, getting some loans and etc. And also they are approaching the people who can invest on this R&D. Like they are approaching the different people in a different areas. They are approaching that. So when they are approaching like in that way, so they approached many companies like Microsoft, who are the mobile manufacturers, who are the camera manufacturers on those days. They approached almost everyone. Finally, in the year 2007, Google has interested to buy, means Google has interested to invest some amount on this company. Means Google acquired acquired this Android Inc. and 2007. But while they're acquiring that time, so there are like Google asked, what are your future plans? So they have certain plans. So what their certain plans means? First of all, the first version is for the digital camera. First version is for digital camera. Then on top of that, the second version is mobile, for the mobile software. The next version is as operating system and operating system. Then on top of that operating system, they supposed to release the development environment and one store where the people can download the apps. Now that became as a Play Store, and always it is open source. So they explained about these all the conditions to Google. So Google also accepted and they invested some amount. But here we will see here. First version that they released in a 2007. Okay, 2007. That is normal. Like it not went any use that, but they released one version for the camera. They continued with this. So in the 2008, the first Android mobile has released in the market. So first Android mobile released in the market through HTC. Those days there is a mobile manufacturer HTC. So through HTC that has released in 2008. But even that released in a market, but people are not buying this Android mobiles. Not only the people, even though other manufacturers like HTC came one step up, but other manufacturers are also not showing any interest to buy, collaborate with this Android software. Why? Because as of now, what they are using, that is the stable. So on top of the stable, why we have to go and we have to do the next step? So that is the reason. So the people has not shown interest on this. Okay, let them go. Like, but here these people are continued this, and in the 2009 released as operating system. So even though if it is released, the second version of this is also same released with HTC only. Even though if it is released the second version through HTC also, still the people are not showing any interest. Why again? The same reason. It is new. Also, if you can go with that, even if it is an operating system, I can install and uninstall the apps. But there are no apps are available to install in this particular operating system. So that is the drawback with this. So okay, let them. So same time in the 2009 itself, what they did is after a few days released the Play Store. Google itself uploaded some of the apps into this and released the Play Store. So then in the 2010, finally the development environment also released. Dev environment also released in the 2010. So almost it is end of the 2010. Once the development environment has released, so one by one the people are showing interest to get on into this. Right. So people are showing interest to get and involve, like they're trying to involve into this development activities, as well as the other people, like 3 to 4 years it is sustained in a market. So then they got some hope. So slowly people also buying this. And but why it is open source means this is developed under OHA. OHA means this is the community, that is the handset open handset aliens. So this is the one community. Through this community, who developed the apps, whatever that software you develop under this community, always it should be in a open source. So because of that, it should be always in a open source. Open handset aliens is the community. So under this community, who develop the application, that should be always in open source. So in this way, it became this. But after 2010, means from 2011, so continuously it is releasing the lot of versions. Every version it is releasing, every version in within a 6 months, 1 year, in a 1 year, sometimes one version, two version. And initially in a 2011 starting, it was almost zero. But in the next 2 to 3 years, like by 2014 end, it occupied almost 30 to 35% of the market. It has occupied. Then after, again it will, like from there also continuously it is releasing the new versions with new features, attracting the users, so that other manufacturers, lot of people has came into this platform. So then they went to the next level, that like that it became very huge in a market. So this is the history how it came into this picture. So in this here now, there are many versions as released. So like I'll show this. So that is the cupcake, donut, eclair, eclair, froyo, gingerbread, honeycomb, honeycomb, ice cream sandwich. So ice cream sandwich, jelly beans, Kit Kat, lollipop, marshmallow, nugget, Oreo, so pie, QRSTUV. So like this, there are many versions as released. So each version has some drawbacks and some new features. So with that, it came in a lot of things. But as a developer, this is not a mix. Whatever this features that are the user level features. So no need of to go in detail of each version wise features. Just we have to understand, like this is the version wise feature. This is like how it will be done here. Like so, if like I'll share you those version wise features here in my website. I have that version wise features. From your side, just you can go through that, it will be enough, but no need to go in detail of that level. So here now I'll show you those. I'll give you that URLs as well. First one, version wise versions. So here the version wise features. So in this one place here around till Android 7 we have. After that here 8. So I'll after this class I'll share you in a WhatsApp. Just you can go through that. So no need to go in detail of that. So also like in last class I have asked to download the Android Studio, right? Have you downloaded the Android Studio?
Yes, sir, I've did. I mean, actually, I already had Android Studio in my laptop.
Okay. So what about Loknath?
Yeah, yes, sir. So I'm yet to download it. I have checked it out, but I was caught up with other things. I don't know. I mean, I haven't told you yet, but my father must have already informed you. I recently started a job, so I was figuring out those things.
Yeah. So, like, means if you do that activity, right? So once your installation has start, then mostly like another one means another 1.5 hour. Means once that is done, we can do the next the programmatical session. So that's the reason like you have to finish that activity. Even if you want to do now, just I'll guide you immediately that you can do that.
Yes, sir. I will download and let you know, sir, later.
Yeah. So then it will be okay. So that activity you have to do. Then we will see later that. So okay. Before that, like Tejasri, what is your background?
I'm currently studying engineering second year, sir, CSC.
Okay, fine. So okay, fine. So then we'll do now the next step. So like at least Loknath by tomorrow before the class, just you have to download. If it is possible, you can install. Otherwise, like we will do that in a class and we can go in the next step. Okay, so now what we will do is like we will discuss about the architecture. So how to do this Android architecture? Like Android architecture now, previously it was in a different way. Now that latest it came, so that completely the architecture has changed. So that we will see because it support many things. So that's the reason the complete architecture has updated. Just a minute. Yeah, this is the one. So previously, it was only 4 layers. Now it has changed to many things. Like, see, first layer it is an system apps, Java, like Java or Kotlin. This is the framework. Here we have the framework. Then next year it is a C and C++ library. So runtime environment, hardware abstraction layer, Linux kernel. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 layers. Previously it was 3 layers. Now it is split into the 5 layers. So each layer we have to discuss. Before discussion, just I'll explain like last time in a definition. I told that Android Studio means Android application will run on top of the Linux kernel, right? How that I'll show you now. See here. If I open any of the application from this, so here I have like I'm opening the camera. So this camera come to here, request comes to here, come to here, come to here, come to here, come to here. This is here we have, this is the Linux kernel layer. From here, it directly interact with the user. But how? Now that we will see here. First, we'll understand layer by layer so that it will be easy for us to understand that. First of all, like first layer, the first layer, it is the system apps. So system apps means it is like normally all the apps which I have installed in my mobile. Maybe I install 10 apps, you install 20, someone installs 40. That depends on your mobile. So that's the reason I'm not discussing anything about this. Then I'm coming into second one, API framework. So API, we know already that is a API means API. API means it is a application program interface. So it is a middleware, like we have to connect from here to that other area, so that we called as an interface. In between of interface we are connecting, like simple, in a simple words, it is a one middle layer we have to connect, like client to server, the communication will happens. So that we will call as, in a technical terminology, from client to server, that interaction will happen through API. So here, like, so in this framework here, now we have some managers. So in this, like few mentioned here, one is the activity. Activity is nothing but, in our like general outside, we think activity means to do something like that. But here it is not like that. Activity is nothing but here one page, single page. So whatever the single page has some XML and some Kotlin or Java code, that we called as an activity. Means it could do some actions on that particular page. That page we will maintain as activity. Means simple words you can remember, single page. So single page is nothing but here activity. But that single page must it support with XML as well as Kotlin or Java, both codes. Then that we called as an activity. Then location. So we already, like we are using the locations, like maybe I want to track or I want to navigate, so some other place location, so that location things will be handled by location. I means here whatever we are discussing here, right, these all are the already created there in a framework. Just we have to, by importing this in a easiest way, we will build on top of that, we are building our applications. So that is the reason just we are discussing here this. The next, package is nothing but it is a group of, package is nothing but it's a group of classes, like multiple classes store in a single package. So that package we are saving, like once I create one calculator application, so on the calculator, I can save multiple uh, classes belongs to, like one is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So like that many classes I'll store on that particular package name. And then notifications, like whatever the notifications, like I'm receiving from the Gmail, Facebook, WhatsApp. So such kind of all the things we can store in this notification part. This. The next is the resource manager, like it has some resources, predefined resources, like I want to use button in a single drag and drop, or with a simple code I can create a button, text view, checkbox, like those kind of many resources are available here, so that we can use telephone manager, like it will help to make the calls, handling the network. So that is window, like this we called as one window, so this we called as a multiple second window, like that multiple windows we can handle here, that we call as a window. So this is the main framework. Like on top of this there are two things are there, view. So view system, it will provide the views, like maybe if I open the video, so that video view will be create. If I open the document view will create. If I open the photo depends on that, it is creating the view to our application, that we call as a view system. Then content provider, so this is like content, it is providing the content, like so I have saved your number and my contacts. From there if I click, means from there if I go next step, means if I install WhatsApp, so from the WhatsApp, if whatever I install there, so the same name will be reflect on a WhatsApp as well. So that is the, here my contacts is providing the content to the other application. So that's the reason it is a content provider, like that it is. So this is the second layer, that is a framework layer. On top of this framework, now there is a native libraries. So native C and C++ library. So there are many libraries, like here now there are lot of libraries which are available. So that just we can import those libraries and we can use the, like I want to create a browser. So like I want to create one kind of browser using this. So I can use here WebKit. So in the WebKit, I can use that. I can create a browser like this. So that browser I can use that. Next, media framework. So it will provide the media related like audio, video, image. So that kind of whatever support it will require, this will provide here. So OpenMax and OpenCLES, these two are the graphic libraries. So whatever the graphics, animation kind of things, it will get support from this. And library C, because this is an operating system, right? Android is an operating system. Whatever the support files will be there, so those will be stored here in this. So that's the reason it will be here. This. And here next, Android runtime. So when I'm trying to run my application, so that will run on Android runtimes and including the core libraries. If it is you are writing the code in Java core libraries. If you write in Kotlin core libraries, including this, we will get an output this. Right. And previously, the next layer here, this is hardware abstraction and Linux kernel. Both are single layer. So, but whenever when it is architecture as updated, this splitted into the two. So this added new, this splitted into two. So here this is a hardware abstraction layer, means whatever the hardware components are there in the mobile, so those hardware components can be support here. That is like audio, Bluetooth. This hardware is required, right? If I want a Bluetooth, so in a my motherboard chip, Bluetooth hardware is required, right? Camera hardware is required, audio means speaker is required, like that. All the things will be in this, it will be included here. This. And then the next last Linux kernel. So this Linux kernel is nothing but it's a drivers layer. Like nowadays, so if I buy Windows laptop or any other Mac, Linux, whatever it is, normally that no need to install the drivers. Or in operating system itself, we are getting those. But in previous days, when I install any operating system, after that I have to install LAN driver, Wi-Fi driver, Bluetooth driver, USB driver. Like you have to install one by one, all the drivers. But now those all are coming automatically inbuilt along with the operating system. Like here also, these all are coming along with this operating system itself. Like that is audio, keypad, memory, Bluetooth, USB, Wi-Fi, power management, display. These all are like here. One more thing is there, binder IPC. So binder IPC is nothing but here it is a inter-process communicator. So this binder IPC, like just now we seen right from here, like I want to open camera. So camera required one activity. So this required one view. 1, 2, 3. From here, this required media 4. Runtime is required 5. So camera hardware is required 6. Then here camera driver is required 7. So this 7 will goes to here. So this inter-process communicator will combine all the requests. Then it is give the output to the user. From there, it will be interacting with the user. So sometimes maybe like let us say I opened contacts application. So for the contacts application, so contacts, some activity is required, view is required. So from here, maybe something is media like like let us say not required anything. So it may skip. From hardware side not required, it may skip. But runtime is mandatory. Here it will done. Then it go come here. So from here memory, from the memory it goes to here and it will interact. Means maybe for some of the cases, any one of the uh, layer may be skipped or other may not be skipped. Like in that process, it will go, it will communicate all this, it will do this. So that is the reason it will be here more and this is like interacting with this. So this is the architecture of this. So hope this architecture is clear, or you have any questions on this architecture?
No questions so far, sir.
Yeah, okay. So then it will be clear. Then now, on top of this, now what I have to do here? Like see here, now before entering into here, we have to understand few things here. Now, whatever the application, like in Android, so total there are 3 types of development as there. So 3 types of developments are there. So one is the app development. game development. So next, OS level. So here now whatever we are concentrating, that is the app development. So this is the app development. Game development will be an advanced version for this. Now on top of that, we can develop the game. It's small games we can develop whatever we cover in this. But in this is the use games that should be different, and operating system, it will be completely different. Operating system will be here now. This will be in C and C++, because operating system that will be, so here this will be here. You can do with Java/Kotlin. So here also it will be Java/Kotlin. But nowadays, like, we are following the Kotlin only. So we are doing with our course with Kotlin only. So now just we seen that other, like here now, whatever we develop the application, it will be called as native development. So even here there are two types of platforms will be there. So that is the native platform, crash platform. So whatever we are doing, that is the native development, means whatever we are doing now, that code, with that we can create only the apps for the Android. So there is a crash platform. So crash platform, so that within a crash platform, if we create a crash platform, it will support for the Android as well as iOS. So like that is the example is Flutter, React. So but which one is the better? So even if you want to be a crash platform developer, you should have knowledge on a native platform. Until you don't have any native platform knowledge, you cannot become a crash platform developer. Because see, when very basic applications I can create in a Flutter, React easily, but when it is in a depth application, so there is a depth application like where lot of integrations will involve, like payment gateway or Google Maps or other, like any third party, like my application I'm building on a third party APIs. So such like IoT integration, so such kind of things, Flutter or React may not support. That time we have to write on a Flutter project, native code we have to write. So that is the reason, means I have to write Android code as well as an iOS code. So because of that, you required also, if you develop application in a native, it easily upscale and it will be easily, you cannot do many things in this. But if you can do the crash platform, it cannot possible like that. So that is the reason here now we are doing here. This is the way we are doing, means here first you have to learn this, then on top of that, in future maybe you can upgrade your skills to Flutter. That will be okay, that will be fine here. So this is the way our, like, this is our things we have to do. Now next step here, so we are using two languages. One is called XML. So XML here we will use for the design, and Kotlin we will write for the logic. Now, so that XML and Kotlin both is new for you people. So that's the reason both we will learn from the scratch. So what we will do is, now tomorrow I'll create like I'll create one project in Android Studio. Already I have installed, like installation process. Maybe Loknath is done, that will be fine. Otherwise, first initially we'll spend a few minutes on this installation. Later, like we'll create a project on this using Android Studio. There, first we'll discuss the resources, how the project structure and all, and then we'll start with the XML design. So there I'll teach you in detail of XML, what are the rules. Like it will be almost similar to the HTML, because you people has already, I hope you people has some knowledge on HTML. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
also, yeah, this is also similar to that kind of thing, like starting tag, ending tag, In between we can write like that, but the rules may from there and here it will change. So those I'll explain in detail so that we can start creating. So like that XML related, purely XML related, we'll spend 2 to 3 sessions. After that, both like daily we'll do XML, as well as for that we will write logic on a Kotlin. Like in that way, we can go in detail of this course. Right. So till today, you have any questions, or it is so far it is clear?
So far clear, sir.
Yeah. So then, so you both were continue, right? So Tejasri also continue this course, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then do one thing, like you can create one group with the three of them, so that whatever the sources, like I'll share the content and Arnaz, I'll share in that group, so that it will be easy for us to communication purpose.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Shopify development?
Shopify, yeah, I heard about the Shopify. Like I never tried, but it is like in the Shopify you have to log in and it will be more on drag and drop options only.
Shopify app development, sir. Like plugin development.
No, no, no. That plugin development I never tried that one.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, here
All right.
using the Shopify creation of the website, that I seen, but I never worked on that. But I know that platform how it will work.
That I also know, sir, but I'm
Yeah.
currently working on the plugin. So I was wondering if you know anyone about that.
No, no. I'll check in my contacts. If anyone know, I'll let you know that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay, love that. Okay,
All
then
right, sir.
yeah, we will meet
We
tomorrow.
will continue tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, sir.
Thank you.